John was an ordinary man with a life that could be described as simple and unremarkable. One fateful day, everything changed when a sudden medical emergency left him clinically dead for several minutes. What happened during that time would forever alter his perspective on life. In the moments between life and death, John experienced something extraordinary, an encounter with none other than Princess Diana. Her words carried profound meaning, offering insights about life, love, and the state of the world that he would never forget. John's near-death experience began unexpectedly. While recovering from what seemed like a routine illness, he suffered a cardiac arrest that left his heart stopped for several minutes. As doctors worked to revive him, John found himself slipping into a different reality. He described it as a realm of pure light, where the boundaries of time and space seemed irrelevant. Unlike dreams or hallucinations, this place felt vividly real. John wasn't alone either. He sensed the presence of others, though their faces were indistinct. But amidst this crowd, one figure emerged with undeniable clarity. It was Princess Diana, appearing as radiant as ever. She approached him, her expression warm and serene, as if she had been waiting for him. Their meeting was not by chance. Diana conveyed that John was in this space to receive a message, not to remain. She assured him he would return to the earthly plane, but first there were lessons to be learned. Her presence carried an unmistakable sense of authority, yet she spoke with the gentleness of a guide. As John stood before her, he felt an inexplicable calm wash over him. The chaos of his medical emergency seemed a world away. This was no ordinary experience. It was an encounter that would change his perspective on life forever. The first words Diana spoke were as profound as they were unexpected. Your life holds untapped potential, but it's being wasted in ways you don't even realize. She told John that people often live as though time is infinite, forgetting the fragility of existence. Her words were not harsh, but carried a sense of urgency, as if she wanted him to understand something vital. Diana explained that the human experience is meant to be one of love, growth, and contribution. However, many get lost in distractions, chasing goals that hold no real significance. She urged John to reflect on his choices and consider how his actions impacted those around him. Her insights were not limited to him. They reflected a universal truth about the way humanity often neglects its deeper purpose. As she spoke, Diana shared glimpses of her own journey. She acknowledged the challenges she faced during her life, balancing fame, family, and a desire to make a difference. I learned too late that small moments of kindness can mean more than grand gestures, she said. Her vulnerability made her message all the more impactful. John listened intently, feeling as though her words were unraveling a hidden truth about his own life. He realized how often he had let fear or doubt hold him back, and Diana's presence filled him with a renewed sense of purpose. Diana then began to explain the realm they were in. She called it a space of reflection, where souls come to gain clarity about their earthly lives. It wasn't a place of judgment or punishment, but one of understanding. Here, John saw glimpses of his own life unfold before him, moments of joy, regret, love, and missed opportunities. Diana gently guided him through these memories, helping him see their significance. She told him that every interaction, no matter how small, leaves an imprint. Even the simplest act of kindness can ripple far beyond what you imagine, she said. Diana revealed that the afterlife is deeply connected to the choices made during life. It's a continuation rather than an end, shaped by how one lives. She emphasized that love and compassion are the most valuable currencies in this realm, far outweighing material success or recognition. Her words brought John a sense of peace, but also a challenge. he realized that life was not just about existing, but about truly living, with intention, kindness, and connection. The conversation turned to humanity as a whole. Diana expressed concern about the state of the world, particularly how people are increasingly disconnected from one another. "Fear and division are eroding what makes us human," she said. She spoke about the growing focus on materialism, competition, and self-interest, which often blinds people to what truly matters. Diana urged John to recall that humanity thrives not through individual success, but through collective unity and empathy. Her words painted a vision of a world where love and understanding could heal even the deepest divides. John was struck by the clarity with which Diana spoke. She described how small, intentional actions, like listening to someone in pain or extending a helping hand, could have a profound impact. She reminded him that change starts on an individual level, and no effort is ever too small. Her perspective gave John hope, even as she acknowledged the challenges humanity faces. Diana's message was clear. While the path forward may be difficult, it is not impossible. It begins with each person choosing to prioritize love over fear. Diana showed John a vivid vision of what could be. In one scenario, humanity had accepted love, compassion, and understanding, leading to an era of peace and progress. Societies thrived, and people worked together to solve problems that once seemed insurmountable. In another vision, she revealed a darker possibility. Here, division and hatred had spiraled out of control, leading to widespread suffering and destruction. Diana explained that these futures were not predetermined, but were the result of humanity's collective choices. Her words underscored the importance of living with intention and striving for connection. John felt an immense responsibility to carry her message back to the physical world. He realized that the choices he made in his own life could contribute to shaping the future she had shown him. This glimpse into what could be left John both humbled and inspired. It was a reminder that every action, no matter how small, carries weight and significance. Diana shifted the conversation to forgiveness, a concept she described as a cornerstone of peace, both personally and universally. She explained that holding on to anger or resentment only creates barriers to growth and healing. Forgiveness is not for the other person. It's a gift you give yourself, she said. She shared how, during her own life, she faced betrayal and criticism, but learned to release the pain rather than carry it. Diana reminded John that forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful actions. Instead, it's about letting go of the weight that holds you back. John began to reflect on his own grudges, memories of strained relationships and unresolved conflicts surfaced. With Diana's guidance, he saw how these emotional burdens had affected his well-being and interactions. He realized that forgiving others and himself was essential for living a freer, more meaningful life. Diana's words struck a deep chord. They were not just advice, they were a challenge. Forgiveness, she said, is an act of courage and compassion. It requires humility, but it paves the way for deeper connections and inner peace. Diana's tone grew serious as she spoke about the dangers of ignoring life's deeper purposes. She warned John about the distractions that keep people from focusing on what truly matters: love, relationships, and self-growth. The world offers endless noise, but you must learn to listen to your heart, she advised. She spoke of how easy it is to fall into patterns of mindless consumption, whether through material possessions or fleeting pleasures. Diana reminded John that fulfillment comes not from accumulating wealth or recognition, but from creating meaningful experiences and connections. John felt a pang of recognition as she described the struggles many face in breaking free from societal expectations. Her words resonated deeply as he realized how much of his life had been spent chasing approval or avoiding risks. Diana's warning wasn't a judgment, but an invitation to refocus his priorities. Her insight was both a challenge and a gift. She reminded him that every moment is an opportunity to make choices aligned with his higher purpose. Time, she said, is precious and fleeting, something he now understood more than ever. Diana emphasized the importance of service to others, describing it as a path to fulfillment and growth. She explained that acts of kindness, no matter how small, have a ripple effect that extends far beyond what one might imagine. In serving others, you discover your own purpose, she said. She recounted moments from her life where service brought her a sense of joy and meaning. Whether it was comforting someone in pain or championing a cause, these acts connected her to something greater than herself. Her legacy, she said, was not in her titles, but in the lives she touched. John was inspired by her perspective. He began to consider how he could contribute more meaningfully to the lives of those around him. Diana reminded him that service doesn't require grand gestures. It's found in the everyday acts of kindness, offering support, sharing wisdom, or simply being present. Her words left John with a renewed sense of purpose. He realized that serving others was not just about helping them, but also about growing and healing himself in the process. Before their encounter ended, Diana reminded John of the rare gift he had been given, a second chance at life. She urged him to use it wisely, not as a burden, but as an opportunity to live with greater awareness and intention. She explained that many people don't recognize the value of their lives until it's too late. Diana encouraged John to approach each day as a fresh start, a chance to realign with his values and goals. Every moment you're alive is a moment to choose differently, she said. John felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. He understood that his return to the physical world was not just a continuation, but a rebirth. Diana's words instilled in him a desire to make the most of his time, to live not in fear, but in love and courage. Their parting moment was filled with a sense of peace. Diana assured John that he was never truly alone, that the lessons of their encounter would remain with him always. It was a reminder that even in life's darkest moments, there is always the potential for light. John's return to life was nothing short of miraculous. The messages Diana shared stayed with him, transforming his perspective on relationships, priorities, and purpose. He began to live each day with gratitude, striving to embody the wisdom she imparted. This remarkable encounter reminds us all of the fragility and beauty of life. Diana's words carry a timeless truth. Love, compassion, and intention are the keys to a meaningful existence. By accepting these values, we honor not just our lives, but the connections that bind us together. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on its lessons. And if you found it inspiring, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more thought-provoking stories. Your support helps keep these messages alive and reaching more people.